this is an interview we did with Boger over at DreamHack Sweden. If you guys don't know, he is one of the better Overwatch streamers who has now taken a lot of time to actually play a game known as Marvel Rivals, which has taken over the streaming community. Boger's a great guy, great personality, and sat down to talk to us, not just about Overwatch, not just about Marvel Rivals, but also about Deadlock and all the games he enjoys. So we hope you guys all enjoy. Here is Boger.
Hi guys, my name is Boger. I play Overwatch. I also play Marvel Rivals when that comes out. I've been grinding a bit of Deadlock here and there. I stream, I make YouTube, I make TikTok, everywhere, anything. Also probably have seen me on Twitter. I know a few people know me from my still little posts, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Then how did you get your start in streaming?
So the way I started streaming is I used to go in LAN events for Overwatch back in the day. And I used to play in Switzerland. I had a Swiss team, even though I'm not Swiss myself. And one of my teammates told me, "You're really funny," gave me his microphone and said, "You should start streaming." And that's why I started streaming, and I stuck with it.
What's the name Boger come from?
It's in Bulgarian. The word for peony is Bogur. And when I was a really small lad and I wanted to make an account for an MMORPG, it was called Perfect World. It's a Chinese one. I couldn't make an account because I was bad with English and everything was terrible, and I couldn't figure out the name. Actually, one of the names I wanted to do was something to do with robot, but I couldn't figure out. Everything was taken. I asked my mother, and she doesn't speak a lick of English, and she said Bogur, and I wrote it Boger. And that's peony.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've made Overwatch content for a long time now. Overwatch also now in Overwatch 2 at this point. A lot of mixed emotions from some people, but do you still have faith in the developers? Why do you still play?
I like the developers. They're nice people. I think the art team is really cool. I like the design of characters. I think the characters are like the peak, the bread and butter of the game. But the reason why I play is, to be honest, because I have nothing better to play right now. If I had a chance to play something else full time or go full variety, I would. But I don't mind it. It's fine, you know. As long as you don't take it too seriously.
A curveball here: 6v6 versus 5v5.
I honestly, I'll be honest. It's like politics in the Overwatch space. I've had death threats because of what I say. But I don't care either way too much about it. I just think that if we go 6v6 again, 5v5ers are gonna start complaining about it, and vice versa. I don't think there's ever gonna be any wins. I once watched dev chat. I don't remember what game it was, but the developer there said that the biggest mistake you can do as a developer is add a feature and then remove it. I don't think it's whether or not 6v6 or 5v5 is better. I think it's just that we played 6v6 for so long and people got used to it, and then they removed it and now people want it back. But I think there's caveats for both. So as a tank player, I think 6v6 is good. Because I was playing support and stuff, I think for support 5v5 is just better.
Tanks in Overwatch and Deadlock.
Yeah.
Okay. There's also been a lot of new games, whether it's Deadlock, Marvel Rivals, like you said, Supervive popping up, that I feel like have been taking away, quote unquote, from the Overwatch community. Like, people are trying those games a lot. What do you think about all these games popping up?
I think Overwatch players have Stockholm syndrome, because they're gonna say they quit and they're gonna say they're gonna play another game, but they always come back. I think Marvel Rivals is the closest competitor to Overwatch, because Deadlock is so different. And I haven't played Supervive, but I think it's a battle royale or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the other games are kind of similar, but I think Marvel Rivals is the most similar to Overwatch, and is the biggest competitor. I think all of these games are fun. I think I'm just really happy that I can finally play another game but Overwatch, because for the last 6 years, if the meta was stale, I had no choice but to play Overwatch, because my audience wouldn't transition well into League or something else. But now, with Rivals coming out, with Deadlock, I still maintain, it's less viewers for Deadlock, but for Marvel Rivals, it's when there was a beta, it was the same or even more. So I'm happy about that. I think it's good to have variety and competition.
Nice.
No.
Speaking of Deadlock, that you've been playing a little bit, why do you like Deadlock? Why did you
I just
join?
love Valve.
Yeah.
I love the way they do stuff. My first game was Half-Life.
Oh.
I love Half-Life. Actually, the level designer. Have you played Half-Life?
Long time ago.
City 17 is based on the capital of Bulgaria.
Oh,
He's Bulgarian.
okay. That's cool.
So it's really funny to say, but Half-Life 2 just gives me like nostalgic vibes. It's like it is very homey. It's very Eastern European. And second of all, I just have trust involved. They have a lot of failed projects. I know, like Artifact and stuff. But I think Deadlock is really unique. It's really cool. It's really fun. I like the skill ceiling that it's so high. You can keep learning and learning and learning. One thing I don't like about Overwatch is like I can pick any hero and I know everything about the hero after 20 hours. But I've been playing Viscous for like 200 hours. I still don't know half the shit, right? And yeah, it's fun. I like the variety. I like that every game feels so different. Can I swear? I just say
Yeah,
okay, awesome.
You think we're ever going to see a new Half-Life?
I think so. Like, did you see the new like interview or whatever, the documentary? Valve released a documentary for the 20th century. They made a 2-hour documentary. They talked about Half-Life Episode 3. They had a really funny story where they were getting sued and they were going to go bankrupt.
Okay.
And they had no money left, but one of their interns, who's Korean, because the company who was suing them, I think, is Korean. Long story short, he looked at the fine print and saw a lot of inconsistencies, and then because of that, Valve won the case. And that's why we have Half-Life 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. You should watch it. It's really funny.
Could you ever see Deadlock surpassing Overwatch?
Yeah, 100%. If they do it right, I think a lot of people are saying Deadlock is dying, and it's really tilting because the game's not even out yet. It's just like, game comes out, it's hype, and a lot of people play it. But I think the fact that there's so many people still playing it, even though it's early access and still looks really wonky and unfinished, I think it's like investing into Nvidia back in the day, right? I think long term, there's gonna be a moment where it blows up, and all of these streamers that have like 1K, 2K, or pro players, they're gonna have like 10K, 20K viewers. It's the same with Overwatch when it was coming out, and the same thing is gonna happen with Deadlock because they're updating it, they're making changes, they're taking risks, and they're really keen on listening to the community and just making the best experience. The only caveat here is that it's really difficult to get into.
Wow.
But Dota 2 is difficult to get into, and it's really popular. So I think there's always an audience.
Yeah. In the most recent update, there was a matchmaking change that people are, like you said, a little tilted about, where casual and ranked were combined. What do you think of that?
I think people misunderstand Valve's approach. I don't think they're making changes that are the best. They're making changes to limit tests, to stress test stuff. And I think that's why they're doing it. It gives them a wider pool of like games they can see. Does everybody have a rank now in quick play?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think they want to test it out. They want to see it. They want to see how playing with others is going to work. It's going to be in balance. They want to see the matchmaking. So just give them time. They make a lot of changes. I'm sure that if people really don't like it, they will change it soon enough. But it's just Valve is focused on making the game really good long term. But people that are playing right now are just really focused on having fun at the moment. So there's a little bit of inconsistency, a little bit of headbutting. Yeah.
Who do you think is your least favorite hero to lane against and why?
I was thinking about it, and I think Pocket. I really hate playing against Pocket because I really hate his ult. Because like his ult just sits there and you're poisoned for like a while. And sometimes when you get one shot from him, it's so annoying. So I don't like Pocket. Fuck that guy.
And then I think last one, what is the biggest change you'd like to see to the game?
I want more chunky guys. Because even the ones that they're testing, I think they're all like twinks.
Oh, yeah.
And I want more Abrams. Mo and Crew is really boring for me. But Abrams, Viscous can be tanky and chunky, but like I just want more tanky guys. I think more characters like Abrams that don't focus too much on damage. I mean, he's focused on heavy melee and does a lot of damage, but it's nowhere near as like a Fed Wraith or something, or a Haze or something, right? So just more chunky guys that can take a lot of damage in CC and dish out CC. I think that would be cool. Like, because I think Deadlock isn't too focused on rows, because you don't really have supports. You have some, but anyone can carry, but like just big guys.